Okay guys, this is the third time of doing this narration because 1, power went out, and 2, it just sounded bad. I was like blowing into the mic. I need to move away from it to breathe, right, Tezande? Anyway, so in this roulette tournament, all the event stuff and Chomp and Mence were all agreed upon prior to the tournament starting that they were okay to use, so it's not, you know, troll, Mence, Uber, lol, 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 lol. I don't want to hear that crap because they all agreed on it. So anyway, I go to Dustnor to evade fake out, and then he taunts me when I come back in, which is hilarious because I wanted to Dragon Dance and now I can't Dragon Dance. So, you know, whatever. He was predicting Will-O-Wisp, which it doesn't even have, by the way, because I got a bunch of novelty guys, such as this guy, such as that Dust Noir. I've got 2 Sub-Seeders, I've got 2 Cursors, I've got, you know, well, 2 guys on each, or 2 guys, walls on each side, special and physical. I have no sweepers, so this team's pretty bad. I have no idea how I'm going to kill anybody. This is a bulky Mence I made before bulky Mence was real and existed. So he's like super heavy in defense, like almost max I think, and HP and crap like that. So, you know, he's not really even like a legit viable set whatsoever. But, you know, whatever. So there he is. He's just like intimidating, I guess. And in comes this guy, which I know is going to have Roar. So I'm like, great, my 2 Cursors are useless. And I was thinking Stealth Rock, so I go over to Sceptile hoping to scare it away, and of course, I should have realized how much sense that made. He's going to Ice Fang, that, duh. But, you know, I didn't, so he gets a big hit off on me. So, hopefully he's afraid of Grass Knot, thus I can land a Toxic on something else, because that's what I'm going to do, because it's a Sub-Seeder. And what's he going to do? He switches out to Ambipom, so I land Toxic on Ambipom, which is kind of cool, because it's going to make up for the fact that he doesn't have Life Orb, because his HP didn't go down when he U-turned on Mence, so I know that. And I'm going to need Sand and Poison to get some damage on him otherwise, because that's pretty much the best way to kill Ambipom, is have him fake out Life Orb, recoil himself to death. But anyway, I can't stay in, and I could go right back to Dust Noir for his fake out, yada yada yada, a little prediction fest. But I realize after like a minute, I've just got Protect, so I'm going to Protect. And kind of makes things a little bit more simplistic for me. Hurts him with Poison a little bit more, and you know, I take no damage because of lefties, but you know, no big deal. So now I know he's gonna want to U-turn out, which by the way, I've got 3 Bug Weeks and 3 Ice Weeks on this team. So having U-turn and Ice Fang on, you know what, I've only seen 2 of his guys so far already. That's really not cool. So in comes a Registeel, and I'm thinking, you know, with all these defensive guys I have, you can't kill somebody if you don't hit his guys. I can't win a game if I don't kill his pokes. So I've got to just start making attacks. He puts a T-Wave on me. I don't care too much, and I hit him with an Earthquake. It hits about 30%, maybe a tad less, maybe like 25. Especially after lefties, it's much more like 25. But yeah, you know, that's not going to cut it. So I go to Ochu, and I didn't want to take the Shadow Claw. My Registeel is a Curse Registeel, and he's got Shadow Claw, so that was my thought process. It was just that mine has it, maybe his does. I didn't want to take it. So I go over to this guy hoping to block and Leech Seed him in there, and he explodes, which I didn't think he would explode immediately. I wanted to predict that with a Protect, so I totally could have just had a free kill right there, and instead I don't. So that doesn't help. And now this guy's just about dead. So in comes a Zong, and I know he's not going to want to explode immediately, so excuse me, sorry. I know he's not going to want to explode immediately, so I'm going to get up a Leech Seed just for some damage on it, and I'll wait for him to, you know, use a bunch of utility crap before, you know, before I start trying to protect on his explosion. So, or I guess I just do it immediately. Yeah, so I did it immediately just in case he wanted to Trick Room and then explode, so he can use max Trick Room turns for his other guys. So that's what that was, but he ends up just setting up Reflect. So I'm like, great, well this sucks. I can't protect this turn, so because I can't protect, I'm just going to block him in there, which is the point of this guy anyway, but it's kind of dumb when he can just explode on me later. So he's got dual screens and he's got Trick Room, which is really bad, since I have a terrible habit of remembering crap like that. When there's like stuff hanging out in the field, like screens and Trick Room and crap, and Doom Desire even, I never remember how long it's going to say. I don't see lefties, so it's going to have Light Clay, and it's just, you know, not cool. So he got all that stuff set up. He's blocked in there. Then I used a Protect just in case he wanted to explode. but I still don't know if he wants to explode anyway, so I go back to Dust Noir. By the way, I had no idea Trick Room could be used every turn like that. It's not like Reflect or whatever. He just kept spamming it. So I went to Noir trying to predict an explosion, and he still didn't go for it, so I'm guessing he doesn't have it, but I'm still not sure. So anyway, I know Earthquake isn't going to work, most likely, and Shadow Sneak's going to be silly. So I just threw out a random Thunder Punch, because that's what he has instead of, what the hell is it called? Will-O-Wisp. That's what he's got instead of Will-O-Wisp. And of course a ground guy comes in. I'm like, well, that was swell. Real peachy. But, you know, I've got to do something. So I go out to Umbreon, thinking that he'll be able to take hits pretty well, and I can get up a Wish, and hopefully pass that Wish over to Sceptile. And that was my thought process. But instead, I get quaked in the face, and it hurts a lot more than I expected it to, and a lot more than I wanted it to. So that stinks. I'm not going to hang out here and Wish Protect all day long because of how much I'm going to take when I use Wish. Even when I Protect, it's just going to cancel itself out. So I'm going to go back to Ochu, even though I know he's got Ice Fang. Sceptile only took like half, or a little bit more than half, and Tangrowth has like 2.5 times the defense my Sceptile has, so I know he should be able to take it pretty well, but he just blows me away anyway, which is probably a smart move on his part, honestly. And there you go, there's proof that I just forget everything. Trick Room is still up, and I lose Sceptile, which I'm like, man, this sucks. So Sceptile's gone. Trick Room ends. That means I should have Protected, go figure. And I'm left here. I know Light Screen is up because Reflect just wore off, so I know Light Screen is still up for one more turn, and thus Grass Knot is going to be silly. So I go immediately for Leech Seed, because I figure it'll probably, I mean, it'll still do something. If he does switch, it'll be more useful. And, you know, this way it'll get me some recovery back, of course, as well, because I know I should be able to take it pretty well, so getting some life is going to be nice. And, I don't know, since I haven't used any attack moves, what he's going to predict. So he might be thinking I'm going to use Protect or Block right here, but I'm just going to go for a Grass Knot. Since he hasn't seen any attack moves, maybe he's not afraid of one. But, you know, whatever. So I'm just going to go with Grass Knot, get some damage out there. And in comes the Zong again, which makes me think now it wants to explode, considering the timing. It's, you know, low on HP, stuff is wearing off. It's going to want to set him up and blow up as soon as it can. So, I know that Grass Knot, obviously, I mean, it did a little bit, but it's not going to do too much. So Seed is probably going to do as much, if not maybe even a little bit more. Plus it gets me some HP back. Unless of course he blows up, then it doesn't really do anything. But, you know, whatever. So, seeing what he's at now, I think Grass Knot can actually finish it off. So I'm going to attempt to kill him now before he gets up any extra screens or Trick Room or anything like that. And it works! So cool. Tangrowth for the win, you know. He took an explosion in the face, in the tentacles, and in the tentacle area. And, you know, now he's back up to usable hit points, so that's really cool. Anyway, in comes a Quillfish, which at first I thought was bug and water, but instead it's not bug, it's poison. So I Protect thinking he'll explode, which was really dumb, because he's not going to explode off the bat. So, you know, that sucks. And this leaves me with one option. Because my mindset was that it was bug type, I have to go to Salamence for 1, the Intimidate, and 2, the Bug Resist, right? But it's not bug, it's poison. So that really sucks. And despite the fact, like I mentioned earlier, that I've got a bulky Mence or a super ball, I think it's technically wall Mence. That's what I used to call it. I think I used to call it wall Mence. That I guess Quillfish is still +1 with Life Orb, but you know, that still did a crap ton of damage. And hopefully he doesn't know that it's wall Mence and he's afraid of Earthquake, because that's what I'm going to do. But like I mentioned, he's got like no attack investment, so you know, Earthquake is going to do, you'll see Mence isn't uber, because he gets owned one-on-one by an NU Blowfish. So, I don't know, the only way to die from a pufferfish, I think, is if you're in Japan and you eat one, because it has to be prepared just right, or else you die. I think there's only like 4 restaurants in the state that are legal to, or in the country that are legal to serve it. You have to like sign some waiver form, because like if the chef has a bad day today, you're dead. So, anyway, Salamence just got trolled. And my only option now is to go to Dust Noir for some Shadow Sneakage. Otherwise, I literally just get swept by this thing. 1,000 needles in the face. But, you know, Waterfalls me, does a ton of damage. But because of Life Orb and Sand, he hurts himself enough that I might be able to sneak him again, because it did like nothing, guys. So maybe this is just bulky fish, I don't know, but that did like nothing. So just got him. Not very well, but I did. So things are starting to work out for me. Zong went down, he exploded one guy, and there goes a puffer fish. So I'm actually starting to take down a couple of his guys. But then in comes Nemo over here, and I know he's going to Dragon Dance up. I don't know if it can learn ice moves or not, because I don't know anything about low tier crap. So, aside from the fact that this wants to Dragon Dance. But I don't have Will-O-Wisp, so I have to actually switch out to Tangrowth and hope that I score, you know, a nice grass knot on him if he doesn't, if he doesn't, oh my god, have an ice move. There we go. So he hits me with Stone Edge, and I grass knot him. I don't know how much the thing weighs. Tangrowth doesn't have that much investment, if at all, probably none. But I get a crit, which I didn't realize until my first narration of this battle that I even got a crit. So now that I see that, I feel pretty lame about it. I didn't know, and that might be the only reason I win this match. If I am to win it at all, is because I got a crit KO right there. I don't think I would have finished it off otherwise. Maybe I would have. You guys can calc it for me. I don't really care. But in comes Hippowdon. Doesn't finish me off with Ice Fang. I'm able to kill that dude too. So, you know, things officially just looked up. You know, I'm going to have 3 guys to a poisoned Ambipom here, which I'm just going to protect for some Toxic. Switch over to Snorlax, who's going to immediately just rest, have Toxic and Sand finish this guy off. Because in this tournament, score is going to matter. So I need to have as many pokes alive as I can, and it's going to give me a 4-0, it looks like, guys. So I'm not quite sure how it happened, but it happened. And thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the next ones. Peace.